Let's get a high five. Chest bump. All right. Little introduction. Sorry that I didn't do this last time. About High Five Chest Bump, what this channel is, what it's about, and what my goals are moving forward. This channel is a video diary and a proof of concept for me and whoever would like to follow along. I want to test some things, some things that I've been learning about lately. One of those things is just getting paid to exist, like and working on yourself and raising your vibration, and doing that alone will attract abundance. I want to put that to the test. Right now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I make probably $1 a day in passive income. I have very little money staked, or very little crypto staked, that I earned from an airdrop, like the grass airdrop to be exact. And if you guys want to go into that, let me know and I'll do that. But for now, the point is that I have some ton and I have some grass staked, and I'm earning rewards on that. It equals out to probably be about $1 a day. So for all intents and purposes, I'm starting with $0 passive income. And what I want is not a set amount of money necessarily, where I do want a set amount of money, but what I'm going for with this channel, or what I'm going for in my life, what I'm trying to prove, or to see if it's real or not, to prove it myself, and anybody who wants to follow along, is my goal is $2,739.72 each and every day in semi-passive income. I realize that it's hard to get totally passive, but in the semi-passive income, so we're talking by semi-passive, I mean less than an hour a day. Is that fair? I mean, that's just my definition of it. Less than an hour a day to allow $2,739.72 each and every day into my life. That's the goal. I would like to get it done within 12 months. Honestly, that's pretty outlandish. A lot of people would say it's a pipe dream, and it's pretty far away from where I'm at right now. So, wish me luck. With this proof of concept, though, with this video, or with these videos, I'm going to be filming for you guys. It's going to be my journey, and hopefully some motivation and some inspiration for you, because there's one thing about me that I really got to get off top. I want everybody to know I'm not special. I'm not a phenom in any type of way. I don't want to say I'm average, because honestly, I'm starting probably below average, depending on what your standards are for what you say. Let's just say this: I've made my fair share of mistakes. I have labels that'll follow me for life. Felon is one of them. I just have made some mistakes. My bank account is not full right now. In my checking account, savings account, I probably got $20 on my savings and $200 on my checking, and I just got paid 2 days ago. So a lot of people can relate, is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to be uniquely relatable in that aspect. That I don't got any connections or well-to-dos or anything like that. I'm just a guy who's been studying, who's been learning, and who's been studying, and who's been learning, and who's been studying, about the law of attraction, and about myself, about who I am, what I am. And I want to put some of that to use in a format where other people can follow along and see it too, from the very beginning. From the very beginning, this isn't the very beginning of this, because I've been studying this stuff for, it's 2020, let's say 2020, I started taking it seriously. I heard about the law of attraction and The Secret many, many moons ago, and I used to tell people to watch it and everything else, even though I never watched it myself. So I had heard of the concepts, fear, manifest reality, your thoughts become things. I'd heard the sayings, the Greek, know thyself, I'd heard these things, but I never really delved deep into them. And I generally found them to be mostly true, but I just never delved deep until the pandemic time. My son's mother left with another dude, and I found myself pretty crunchy about it, to be 100% honest. I was not crunchy. I was devastated, bro. I'm just gonna put it out there. I was sick. I was hurt. It crushed me in a major way. It did. So I started, just want to study and better myself and try to figure out a way to get through all this. So in doing so, that was probably part of the ending of my dark night. So looking back, but I didn't even know what the dark night of the soul was before that. I mean, I heard of it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, anyway, sorry for ranting and stuff. This is just an intro show, so hopefully I'm not, hopefully you weren't tuning in to get some great wisdom out of this, because this is, like I said, just an intro. I'm just trying to explain my channel, my goals, myself, and just let you guys know where I'm at, who I am, where I'm coming from. And that's the 253, by the way. But just the place I'm at, the mindset I'm at, and what my goals are. Because I think the goals are kind of lofty, They're pretty lofty, So I think if I'm even close to getting accomplished that, then that would be that'd be pretty big, If I'm honest, to me it would be pretty cool. It would be pretty huge. Hold on 1 second. I'm on break right now at work, so give me 2 seconds real quick. Because I don't got much time to do this. I only got a couple minutes left. I only got something to break him. Okay. Anyway, so I hope that my story can inspire you. I hope that I make it. And if I fail, I hope you can get a good laugh about it. Maybe learn something. I don't think I'm going to fail. I have my apprehensions about the amount of passive income I'm able to allow, but I have been studying and working hard on myself. I live my life with integrity. I have realized now that I am an luminous stardust being, that I am not my body, that I have a body, that I'm not my mind, that I have a mind, and that our beliefs shape our realities, they shape our worlds. We are co-creators of these worlds with Source. These are my beliefs, and we're powerful, but it's much more powerful than we thought. And as I grew up Christian, kind of, with the neighbors going to church all the time. If I spend the night, story for another day. But I used to grow up Christian, and I noticed in the Bible what kept popping out to me over and over again was how Jesus, and even in Daniel, back in Daniel, in the Old Testament, he talks about that as Messiah was claiming that you are gods, or tell you guys you're gods. All over it, you're created in the likeness and image of. Created in likeness and image of. I saw that so many times in Jesus and Matthew. He talks about, did it not say, was it not written that I would come and proclaim you gods, and claim myself as, as one with the Father, as you are too. Like Jesus is the Son of God, but I believe that, and I hope I don't offend anybody right now, but I believe you are too. To be honest with you, I believe Jesus is your kin, your brother, and I believe Jesus came here to show you a way, and that way was love, forgiveness, and, love and forgiveness, basically, really is what he came to teach, and, I don't even know where I was going with that. Sorry, I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now because I have nothing prepared for this video. I'm a little bit nervous about what I'm supposed to share, what I'm not supposed to share. And I'm just, I don't know. I just really want this to work. And I know people are going to scoff, but whatever, scoff all you want, man. Laugh at me all you want. The more engagement, the better, You guys will talk shit in the comments, that's better for me, because the more people engage, the better. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm trying not to worry about it. Anything worth doing, this is really key, though. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you can do it right, until you figure out how to do it right. So these first, videos might be, to some or most, considered poorly done. But I believe that it's worth doing, and so I'm going to do it. until I can figure out how to do it better, you know, until I talk better, until I can hold my focus and concentration better, until I'm better, you know. Either way, going back to the power of beliefs now that came back, I believe that we're co-creators of our universe. I believe that we are luminous stardust beings, because I don't have any other explanation for who we are. And I believe we don't have a body, that we have, or that we're not our bodies, that we have a body. And I believe we don't have a mind. We are not our minds. We have a mind. So what are we then? We're that slice of awareness, that piece that is paying attention to the mind, that's paying attention to the body. That, you know, we are, I mean, co-creators of our lives. If we can, and I'm hoping that I can instill this, the thoughts you think are not, the thoughts you think, listen, I'm going to say this too. You got control over one thing in your life you have complete and utter control over, and that is what you dwell upon, what you mull over, what you chew on, you know, like mentally I'm talking about, you know, like what you think about. You know, things might pop up in your head. I'm not saying things aren't going to pop up in your head. It's not your mind. Like I said, you have a mind. You are not your mind. Things pop up, but you have a chance. You have the choice to dwell on them or not. You have the choice to think about them or not. You have the choice to. So we have control over our thoughts. You know, that's it. Our complete control over our thoughts, or what we choose to pay attention to. Our awareness is basically it. Our awareness, our attention. Our attention is what we have 100% control over. And that's the only thing. And I think there's great significance in that. I think if you can keep your awareness on the good, you know, keep your awareness on things that you want to manifest, that you want to create more of. If you can keep that, you know, and pay attention to what you're thinking about, you know, stay awake, stay alert. When your mind starts drifting down, you know, channels that you don't necessarily want to create, well, then change the channel, you know. And you might have to change the channel 200 times, but you can change it. And if you keep changing it, the channel will stop popping up so much. It really will. I know this from experience. Momentum is something you, inch by inch, moment by moment, you get going like a snowball, you know. So keep your awareness, stay alert, stay awake, pay attention to what you're paying attention to. You know, if you find yourself dwelling upon something you don't want to, change that channel, man, cut it off. And if you do catch yourself doing it and you went down the rabbit hole and you watched the whole show, don't get mad at yourself for it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And thank God you can't think about something once and create it. That's not how this works, and thank God it doesn't. Thank God that there's a delay, there's a buffer to make sure you really want it. You got to think about it over and over again. And more than think about it, you got to feel it, you know. You got to feel it, you know, feel it. So I'm trying to feel that abundance. I'm trying to stay on track with what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to add value through this, but by doing it on my break, you know, on my work break, to show that you can get paid just to exist, and that you are worthy, you do deserve it, and that, you know, you're imperfectly perfect, but you got a story to tell, and it's uniquely yours, and you'll find your tribe, you know. So just don't be afraid to put it out there, man. Don't be afraid. Who cares? In a couple hundred years, isn't anybody gonna matter? Fuck no. So put it out there, man. Don't be scared, man. Go get it. Do what you gotta do. If it's worth doing poorly until you can do it right, all right? I love you guys. High five chest bump. That was just the first one. Sorry it took so long to explain that. I really do love you guys with all my heart, man. I really do.